Happy Friday. Yay. This is wicked weekend. Ideas and activation for your bucket list. Bucket. What is a bucket list for your bucket list? I have a question for you, my friend. Have you ever talked yourself out of something? Yeah, I'm gonna do that, but I should do that. I have to do that. And at the end, nothing happens. So raise your hand. Yes, I've absolutely done it before. My question for today's part three of weekend bucket list ideas is what about switching it for you this time around? Have you ever talked yourself into something? That's what's going to happen today. So, welcome those who are joining live, those watching the replays. We're going to stop or switch, whatever word you want to use, from talking ourselves out of something into talking ourselves into something. And I'm not talking about fake it till you make it kind of something. I'm talking about real affirmations, a real plan, a real strategy for you to activate on the bucket list. What happens when we have our bucket list right here in our head? Well, it lives here, it takes space. What happens when that bucket list is written down? The chances of that coming true, are you ready? Goes up 300%, my friends. And this live, these three videos is about getting you activated into this. Okay. So I like to share with you guys something. If you are coming back for the third time, awesome. How many ideas do you have currently? And then have you put in the date for these awesome ideas that we've been going over? I want to lead you to our YouTube channel where YouTube has a really cool feature. And that feature is down here when you go show more. It has time codes. So you could go directly. Actually, I'm going to make this bigger. You could go directly, take this out, how do I take myself out of here? Okay. Well, I guess I could put it a little higher. You could go directly to the section. So if you don't want to hear my recap or the list of ideas, but you want to get right into activation steps, you could do that. You hit boom, activation step. Okay. So
Fast
the
forward
what I
you
wrote right into
in
that. I mean,
here
I'm
and
pausing that
again is that
there.
power of
Right
intention.
into activation steps. Okay. So I know in Facebook you're not allowed to do that if you're watching from Facebook. Kudos. Yay. You could also go to YouTube and skip right through all the fun. And so again, the time codes you could click in here or you could go in here. All right. Oh, let's see what was the random pick. I want a random pick.
Go for
You go
the
right random
into
one
it.
if you're here.
Okay.
So
Are you excited?
okay. That's gonna also be in today's video. And we'll stop sharing and let's get activated. So actually, before we get activated, before we jump into, I am gonna do the quick recap. We started by asking ourselves, how can I ever, you fill in the blank, go for that cruise or whatever your bucket list is, right? Into taking that nasty procrastinating wherever because it keeps you stuck like ever in a cloud. How can I go on a cruise, or how can I go into that bucket list idea that you written down? Okay, this is activation happens when we're writing it down. All right, so we started with getting that ever. That's a really good way to talk yourself out of something. If you want to talk yourself out of something, please use this phrase. How can I ever continue to use the phrase to continue to be disappointed about your stinking dreams and your goals? I'm here to guide us through using the language is going to activate us into making these a reality. So we take that drama word ever. I noticed that I use the word actually and totally. I don't know how I became a valley girl. My husband likes to call me a Peruvian Valley girl. I'm learning, right? Let me get this out. I'm learning. My words all come. And I wear this shirt because honestly don't consider myself a calm person. However, it's talking myself into through affirmations, through the ways I'm learning to be for allowing my words to guide me through. And that's taking out drama language such as ever and totally. I live there. Okay, so we did that. That was part one. Then in part one, we also talked about what are 3 to 5 things you could do right now towards your bucket list. Like right now, can you call a friend? Can you Google something? Research the website, get more information. What is something small that could take you no more than 15 minutes? Okay. So it was all part of one. Part two was about getting these ideas, right, in your calendar. And what we did is we had that list, which I'll pull up really soon, because we have new ideas this week plus the random one. How can it's just right? First of all, again, writing those down and then making sure. So anyway, so we everything I am talking about is from this blog. We have a blog, and we're specifically talking about adding spark to our weekend, right? And I have tons of bucket list blogs ideas in here. So let's go first of all, as I finish that thought, let's go to the new list. Here's take the cruise. Hey, hello in 50 languages. Hola, bonjour. Hey, I got one. Ni hao. Oh, I got a second one. Okay. Into the new list today. So it's getting into putting writing it down, right? You could do this right here and watch my show or my ideas, but who the heck cares about my ideas, know my show or anything like that? Nobody. Into writing down your ideas, the ones that sound very interesting or the ones maybe you want to combine. All right, so maybe you want the hammock, sorry, in your treehouse. So it's sleep in my treehouse hammock. Oh, that's mixing up a bucket list. Okay, so what we did in video 2 is that we added the date on the left side of the list that you had. And then we decided to focus on the ones that that you intend to do this year. And this year, in this life, is 2023. After you put the month, start thinking about whether that month matches with the season, right? For me, I believe I did the the lantern, the concert lantern in a month where Jimmy is off, and that was July. That's the summer. And then I started narrowing down to, like, for me, lights, concerts, to me that's freedom. Ooh, what about 4th of July weekend? And so that's how I got it done. So we just got, and the why, and the reason why that ties it into today is that what you are doing, this is how you're talking yourself into an idea. You're talking yourself into this bucket list that it's going to get you excited, and you have a reminder, because guess what, my friends, that 4th of July weekend, at least 2 to 3 weeks prior to that, you're gonna see so many ads in your social media, in your during your TV shows, and it's such a cool way to really take charge of your own calendar, by utilizing the system, basically. I'm all about flipping the bird to the system and telling them, listen, I'm a creator, not a consumer. And it's stacking conditions under your favor. If you know you're gonna basically be brainwashed, all about 4th of July wherever you go. Whether you work from home, you can see the ads, or you don't. You're outside in the mall. You're gonna see the flags everywhere, right? And this is a way of conditioning humans to what? To buy, right? And they take care of that, and they do it so well. And so why not using that, or using a holiday? I've been doing this for the past, I'm gonna say, 5 years, utilizing because repetition is the mother of learning. And at marketing advertisers, they got it down packed. And so this is how they're actually talking you into something, but according to their agenda and according to their profit. And today, last week I had like artist of the week, but I have a book of the day. Really, it's profit first, and it matches to why superstars and what we believe. Right, we believe in us putting the mass on us first and our children, which, to anyone who's really passionate about children, you're like, oh, how could you saved the child first? Well, my friend, how can you save a child if you're dead and that plane crash, right? So it's is choosing that narrow road to really in this self-care that I speak of, and everywhere in my blog and in my company, everything I do, and how I love to role model my life is that, it's leading by example. Um, for a long time, I I've let go of this idea that my program, that an after school program, it's gonna change the life of a child. That's a definition of youth development. And I believe that youth development starts with the lifestyles that we're living and how we're role modeling that to children. And yeah, let's get a little bit more personal right here. Yes. And children do what you do instead of what you say. And that's a reality of things. We just recently went to a Disney trip with my niece and nephew. And, it was such a great reminder. Again, Disney has it down packed. The music, it's a small world after all. Oh my goodness, song, repetition, and you do it automatically. People are singing, you sing, right? People are like, whoa, fireworks, you say whoa. Whoa, fireworks. And then just watching my niece and nephew, following whatever thing crazy Uncle Jimmy's up to. And it's not, again, not just my niece and nephew, but you look at children all around, they're doing what their parents are doing, they're following that. And so for today, in the focus, right, it's like, how do we gonna talk ourselves into something? And it's really doing that out of the plan, not fake it till you make it. Okay, fake it till you make it is old lies. Really, it's talking yourself into something by the language that you use and what you write down. Okay, so what I was saying, back to profit first, right? Profit first, meaning getting that, starting your journey, understanding how impacting others or changing the world, impacting the world starts with us. Be that thing is out of focus. That's okay. Maybe it's bringing attention. It starts with us. Michael Jackson, 1987. I'm gonna make a difference for once in my life. It's gonna feel real good. It's gonna make a difference. It's gonna it gives me goosebumps. And again, I can't play this on YouTube, unfortunately. But it starts with us. It starts with, what's the name of that song? Man, woman in the mirror. That's you, my friend. So if this is your third day with me, whether in a live or you're watching a replay at the time that's convenient for you. Thank you for sticking out with me this 3 weekends. This is what I do. This is what I've set to do from now on, is to help people to really it's not about it's about empowering you with your own words, with what you say to yourself. It's talking yourself into something with a plan, and it started with a plan being written down. Okay, I hope that made sense. I didn't talk about this book. Okay, so it's the same concept. It's making sure that the profit that your company makes, that you treat that as the same way you treat your 10% that you give back to your community, whether that's your church, whatever that is, right? Like you're like, I gotta give back, I gotta put that first. It's the same way in a business with our profit. And I'm so excited to know that my first year, I believe profit was under, I think it was $4. You know, that's pretty cool. And making that decision to improve that and to celebrate that. It's about celebrating your profit, not to put it back into the business, because again, that's like all the wide, narrow, not sorry, it's the wide versus the narrow thinking. It's mainstream versus you setting that pace for you. And whether that's $4 that's gonna take you to a Starbucks drink, we'll drink that up and celebrate and say yay. All right, the same goes with our bucket list. Let's talk ourselves into something. So for today, if you have your list, which I have the list right here. This is a new list. Every week we've been going into a few different lists. If you have your list, it's making sure you focus on the ones you're going to do this year. Put the date and time in your calendar. Grab that calendar, whether you have my product, the journal, or whatever calendar you use, put it down in your calendar. And here's the magic. Okay, and I love this, but before we do that, I'm going to read the list. Okay, sleep in a hammock. Build a tree house. Donate hair to cancer patients. We talked about that in the first one. Adopt a dog. Volunteer in a homeless shelter. Make homemade ice cream. Sleep on the beach. Fry an egg on the sidewalk. Host a family reunion. Try every flavor in Ben & Jerry's ice cream. Ride on a double-decker bus. DJ a party. Read a story to an elder community. Bathe in a mineral spring. Create a playlist for someone. Visit Disney World or Disneyland. Tie messages on a bunch of balloons and let them go. Start a food, if you don't want to waste food, pillow fight. Write a letter to myself and open it in 10 years, or a year if you want to, if impatient like me. Fly in a private plane. And for this, just as an example, it's and this is really where it really started for me, and it's how I flew a plane. And I explained this in video one. I gave it a test, and it was less than $300 for both Jimmy and I. So really, if it's just you, it's $150 investment. If you ever, if flying was part of your bucket list, right? And it's given it a test. And in video one, I talked about testing my Range Rover, which I've not sent the email yet, but we're gonna get to that exercise by the end of today. Because at the end of this 3 series, it's having 10 bucket list ideas, and some of them being free 99. The ones that are monetary, they're gonna take a little longer. It doesn't mean it's impossible. How can I ever afford a cruise, right? breaking that down, right? First of all, find out the price. How much is the cruise, right? So for today, with the list that you have, I keep forgetting about this. With the list that you have, there you go. There you go. We're going to talk ourselves into something. Okay. But before I do that, I want to pause it, right? Pause the video or jump into that break thing that we're going to do. Pick your top 5. I'm going to pick 5 today, right here. And I'm going to do it with you. Okay. So actually, I'm going to give myself some time to do it too. Pick 5 from this list, or you might have clicked on this video because you already have your ideas in place. Okay. But pick 5. And for me, I have 8 already, and I'm going to pick 2. Sorry. Probably pick 1 from here. Most of them are in here, but I do my random one. So anyway, I'm going to use myself as an example. Okay. And so go ahead and pick 5. 10 seconds. Pick 5. All right. I hope you have that. All right. As you're picking, I'm going to type something up that I didn't type earlier, but this is how we talk ourselves into something. Okay. You guys ready? It's a 1-word magic for your bucket list. And I want to challenge you today, and we'll make it simple. It's that you get to share that with somebody today, whether that's a phone call, an email, or a face-to-face conversation. Okay, so with those 5 that you chose for today, this is the 1-word magic. Are you ready? Yep, I get to. All right, let's bring this up here. I'll role model it for you. Okay. I get to donate hair to cancer patients. What is the difference when you say or read out loud or tell somebody, I get to donate hair to cancer patients, versus I have to, or I should, or you wrote down, and I did this on purpose, obviously, donate hair to cancer patients. Donate hair to cancer patients, it's a really nice thought. It's like, oh, that's so noble. That's great, Patty. You're giving your hair to someone. When I say I get to donate hair to cancer patients, I get goosebumps. I feel honored. I am looking forward to this. And it is such a pleasure to get me thinking about others. That would be my first thing, right? Because a lot of times, I can make it about Patty, and so when it's about other people, it makes me feel blessed. It makes me feel honored. Please take that time right now in those 5 things that you wrote, and I want you to put I get to. All right? Take that time right now. Put some music. And for those like Sarah who do not like music, just mute it. Okay? I'm going to do daydream. Go ahead and put I get to. All right, I got a fuggy camera. That's all good. You don't need to look at me. I hope you can listen. I get to fried an egg on a sidewalk with my friends Grace and Anna. Or I think Grace is the one who said yes. Anna, please join. But right now, Grace said it, okay? What else did I do in this live? That's in here. I get to say I got to visit Disney World, and Jimmy got to experience it for the first time. Okay. Let me see. Is there anything here that I wrote down for me? And I think I said already. I get to donate hair to cancer patients. All right. It's cost. Say it out loud. No one's listening to you right now. Say it out loud. I get to go live next week. I've always wanted to go live. This crazy Patty chick, she seems to like it. I want to try it. I get to plan that cruise with my family. What is it? Say it out loud. What do you feel? What are you feeling? What do you see? Lots of answers have been in my goal setting workshops. The word that comes up really most of the time, it's opportunity. This is how we get to talk ourselves into something. Okay, good. You said it out loud. I don't know. Drop it in the comments. Whether that's what's coming up for you or not. What's coming up for you? Give me new words besides blast and opportunity. What else? What comes for you if you've been following this live? All right. Here's the second one. I want you to say the same sentence slower. I get to donate my hair to a cancer patient. To get it more real when you slow it down. And video number 2, we added date and calendar. Okay. And for that one, I don't have, but let me take some time to do that. So my hair right now, it's pretty long. So I will say summer is coming, right? I'm going to do this. I am going to do it for April. All right. Yeah. So here goes. I get to donate my hair to a cancer patient this April. Sinks in when you put the date. I mean, right now I don't have the date. If you have the date, if you started video 1 about the cruise and you actually have a date and you actually spoke to somebody about it who's going with you, say it out loud with the date. See what even happens when you say, I get to go to a lantern concert on a special date with Jimmy on 4th of July weekend. All of a sudden, I see summer. I'm seeing lanterns. I'm seeing us with our glass of wine. I see it. We're in Winter Park, dining at Winter Park here in Orlando. I'm taking selfies. I don't know if they allow you to take selfies at this place. Okay, if they don't, outside. I see it. I see us face to face before and after the concert. It's 4th of July weekend. Well, all the advertisements are about flags and freedom. I get to be reminded about this special time that we get to spend together and we get to celebrate. By July, we will have our property here. And we no longer be in this apartment. And we already know that because we have actually a date on our last day here. That date is here. Okay. What happens when you added that date? When you slowed it down? Is it sinking in? Are you digesting this information? Step 3. Add a breath at the end of this new sentence. We're bringing it in, people. I tend to, you know, talk really fast. I tend to say a lot. And for today, listening to my own videos, this is why I'm wearing this shirt. My words are calm. This is the person I wish to become. I was very happy when my aunt told me that the word serenity during my wedding, which I thought was the biggest compliment ever. Jimmy was a groomzilla. Now I became crazy when my video didn't turn out right. Like I flipped. But throughout my wedding, I was calm. I trusted in the staff. I trusted it, and rest in peace, my wedding planner that helped us at the end. Oh my goodness, I just got sad because she is no longer with us. Um, who's the best admin or the best administrator I've ever worked with? Till then, till I hire my new person. Ah, shout out to you, Melissa. And I had no idea I will get emotional. So, and this is the power of slowing things down. This is the power of being more calm. And it's getting to use words that get you there. Let me tell you, if I would have kept ever, we will not be here. We will be like up here. I'm breathing nice and low today and this morning. I believe in what I do. I believe that you are capable of living your dreams. And we spend a lot of time living other people's dreams. That's what Why Superstars is about. Why Superstars? Because you stinky are. You are. You deserve that lifestyle with time to do what matters the most and the energy to nurture that spark, that God-given talent that only you have. So we're adding a breath. I'm going to go back to the example. Okay. I get to donate my hair to a cancer patient this April. It's coming. I'm still looking for a hairstylist, and it's going to be exciting to meet him or her, for him and her to know that when I chop this baby, that it's going to go somewhere, to someone who needs it. So I'll definitely be cropping this video and putting these moments in YouTube. So, my friends, this is how we talk ourselves into something. It's not fake it till you make it. It's first of all, it's showing up in gratitude with one magic word. It's get. So instead of using your very vague phrases that we use to write down our goals, um, we make it very specific, and then we shift into gratitude quickly with one word. I get to. You write that down, then you slow it down. Trust me, when you slow it down, you start breathing from the belly instead of here and talking really fast. Okay. Third, add a breath after it. And the challenge for this week, until whether I decide to do this more often or make it into a show, or depending on what I plan to do, because I am taking a pause as we settle into our new city, is that go ahead and share that. Share those 3 to 5 ideas that you have with somebody. Test it out. You think I'm crazy? Follow the steps. See what happens. Please drop those comments below, or drop them in the video that you're watching. DM me all the information or everything I'm talking about, it's in our blog. You could leave me a message there. If you actually are my friend on Facebook, send me a message there. There are plenty of ways to reach out to me, and let me know what happens. So for today, and as the recap of today, is that we have shifted from the decades that we have talking ourselves out of something. I want to have this conversation, but right, usually it's words that take us there, and but it's one of them. Okay. So we are shifting into talking ourselves into something. And again, not fake it till you make it. It's actually having a plan. It's, we are writing, we're putting in dates and times in our calendar. We are figuring out what are 3 to 5 things to do right now. I'm recapping every video now, right? We have a plan. The plan is with very small steps into putting that in our calendar, getting some dates, relying on the stupid system that's in place every year for you, right? Utilizing that for you to be the creator of your dreams instead of a consumer of other people's dreams and profits. It's celebrating, right? Into using the magic word for today, it's I get to. This is what I get to do every time I do a goal setting workshop. It gives me goosebumps. And soon we'll be making a t-shirt about it, right? I get to opportunity, feeling blessed. What does that word do for you? Say that slower, add a breath, share it with 3 to 4 people. And with that, I leave you into the ideas for a bucket list, into making those ideas into actionable steps. Reach out to me via the blog, or if you're on Facebook, or if you're on Instagram, whatever way, everything is at Y Superstars. My information is everywhere. Whatever you're watching, you could drop a comment. Let me know how else I could assist. Let's go ahead and become creators, and live that life of a superstar with time to do what matters the most, right, to you, and that energy to really nurture that spark, that eventually trickles down to your children, to your team, to your community, instead of doing it backwards, going out and change the world, forgetting about you, getting sick, getting disappointed, being frustrated, getting angry, and changing that into actually living that life, watching the little ones look, you know, for a long time. I don't know if I actually finished that sentence. Youth development is us, right? It's not the after school. What if our lives is what actually is developing and planting that seed in the youth? My friend, if you have been with me in this 3 videos, please give it a like, share this video, and remember that I have a time code that you could fast forward right into whatever is it that you want to review, which is right here. It's the time codes, right? You want to get into a random pick. You want to know a little bit more what I said about writing things in the calendar. What's the recap? I love to have recap of what I did before, and then the recap of what I did today as I just role model. So my friends, please help me share our YouTube videos, our channel, and again, share our blog. I hope that you're reading. If you're a reader, drop the comments. Let me know your name. Say hello in your language. Let me know if you speak more than 3 languages. And I will talk to you guys soon. Enjoy your weekend. And kudos to you for not waiting until you retire, until you have money, and until you feel successful. Good to see you, superstar. I will see you very soon.